Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent the quorum call be suspended.
Without objection.
Mr. President, this week the Senate is beginning consideration of the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2026. This annual defense bill is one of the most important things that we do each year. And I appreciate the hard work that Chairman Wicker and our colleagues on the Armed Services Committee have done to put forward a strong bipartisan bill and get it ready for the floor. Mr. President, the last few years demonstrate that the world remains a dangerous place. And as new challenges have arisen, we've also had troubling reports on the state of our military's readiness to meet those challenges. We have aging equipment, insufficient munitions, lagging recruitment, excessive bureaucracy that delays the delivery of new weapons. Our readiness and capabilities have not been heading in the right direction. We've begun to turn that situation around, most recently with a significant investment in our national security in the One Big Beautiful Bill. And this year's NDAA, along with sustained investments in the years to come, will help us continue to reverse that trend so that we have a military capable of deterring and defeating today's threats and tomorrow's. This year's National Defense Authorization Act boosts America's shipbuilding, and that includes additional combat ships and submarines that are essential to delivering American power anywhere in the world. It strengthens the Air Force fleet, including authorizing funding for new fighter jets and the delivery of the B-21, the next-generation long-range strategic bomber that will soon make its home at South Dakota's own Ellsworth Air Force Base. And it supports the construction of the Golden Dome missile defense system to keep America's homeland safe from attack. We're also continuing efforts to bolster our munition supply. It became clear in recent years that our supply of munitions was not where it needed to be for a prolonged conflict. So this bill will not only help produce more munitions, it puts robust requirements in place to ensure we're adequately stocked. This NDAA will also help us build up the capabilities that our military needs to fight the wars of the future. It supports improved drone capabilities along with defenses against the same, integrating artificial intelligence, and restoring a credible deterrent in cyberspace. And Mr. President, while capabilities are important, they're of little use without the people using and directing them. So this bill also supports the men and women serving our country. It provides them with a 3.8% pay raise, and it includes provisions to support military families who are also making sacrifices for our country's defense. And then there's recruitment, which this bill strongly emphasizes. In the last few years, our military was having a tough time recruiting individuals to serve. And while some of those challenges have subsided since January, thanks to President Trump's leadership, this bill focuses on getting more Americans to consider serving our country in the military. Mr. President, this year's NDAA also takes some important steps to change the way business is done at the Pentagon. The NDAA clears away more than 100 outdated bureaucratic hurdles in order to streamline the department's acquisition processes, the most significant reform, literally, in generations. It encourages a wider array of companies to do business with the Pentagon, ensuring that our war fighters have the best equipment that American innovation can produce. And it helps eliminate bureaucratic red tape by empowering executives at the Department of Defense to make decisions at the speed of innovation. I appreciate Chairman Wicker's leadership on these overdue reforms, which will help ensure that America's military reaps all the benefits of American innovation. Mr. President, there's a lot more I could say about the content of this bill and what it does for our military. But before I close, I want to say a few words about the process this bill has had thus far and what will play out in the coming days. I've talked more than once this year about my commitment to regular order, and I'm proud that this year's NDAA is on the regular order track. The Armed Services Committee held a markup where members had the opportunity to amend the bill. The bill passed out of the committee in a bipartisan vote of 26-1. And now it's here on the floor where senators will once again have the opportunity for debate and amendment. And at the end of this process, I'm looking forward to the Senate passing this bill to strengthen America's military and safeguard our national security in the 21st century. Mr. President, I yield the floor, and I suggest the absence of a quorum.
Clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Alsobrooks.